Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mohammed Al-Bakshi, the founder and director of Bitregalo Limited Liability Company, New Zealand. It's my pleasure today to spend some time with you explaining about Bitregalo and some of the prerequisites before contributing for new participants as well as the internal team. It's not going to be long. It's a beautiful day today. I hope it's a nice weather in your place where you are watching me as well. I want to talk a little bit about general terms. Actually, Bitregalo is a smart contract as a service solution where we provide the smart contract as a service, and users who want to participate as an investors or users in the future, they must be aware of those terms such as blockchain, and they want to know what blockchain is and how does it work. Generally, not very technically, what proof of work is, what proof of stake is, possibly consensus, just general understanding. The other term which is very important is non-custodial wallet, and you want to know how this wallet operates and what does it do and how is it different from other wallets like custodial wallets, which are mostly used on centralized application. With the new ChatGPT and new AI solutions, you won't struggle finding those information. The other important term is smart contract, which is what we provide obviously as a service. So you want to know what smart contract is, and basically smart contracts is a self-executing agreement on the internet that we set it and build it to be executing transactions based on terms that to be met, then the transaction will happen on chain. There are a few popular smart contracts there, and we will talk about it later on this video. And the other two terms are fungible and non-fungible. You want to know what a fungible token means and what a non-fungible token also means. So basically, a fungible token is a token which have the same value like the other fungible token. Let's say you create a smart contract for a fungible token which have a supply of 1 million tokens. So each one of those 1 million tokens on that fungible token smart contract will equal the same. Each one of those tokens have the same value as the other tokens. However, the non-fungible token will be having a different value for each token within that smart contract. That's very clear, straightforward. And the other two terms, especially when creating or buying a token within the tokenization space, you want to know what a utility token is and what's a security token as well. Security token can be called equity token. They call it different names, but it's basically a financial service token, has a financial service or product behind it. However, a utility token is just a product. An example of a utility token could be reward points for the users, which not guaranteed to be exchanged to any other fiat currencies, or no promise of profit. That's basically a utility. A security, when you promise of a profit, for example, loan or share of a company, that's an equity in some scenarios, or a property, part of a property, that's obviously a security token. So you want to know what token you are purchasing and what token you are creating, and make sure you look into the regulations in your jurisdictions, which tokens you are allowed to do. You might want to obtain certain license if you want to create a security token in specific, or a utility token as well. Those are general terms you want to be aware of. There are so many other terms also over there on the Web3 space, but generally those are the most important ones. So now I would like to talk a little bit about Bitregalo. And as we mentioned, Bitregalo is a smart contract as a service solution, which is on the blockchain space, and we provide the contract as a service where users can come and deploy their own contract, as well as to interact with the deployed contracts which are deployed by other users or by us through our use cases. So we will have two factory smart contracts in 2024, and as you can see, we are launching in New Zealand. It's a very beautiful place. Both of those contracts will be operating to be used by financial institutions, government institutions, non-profit organizations, small, big companies, individuals. Any person, actually, anyone, any entity can use our platform to tokenize a project or a transaction or to obtain a solution. So the three main smart contracts I want to talk about, which we provide, which are unique, we customize them to be unique for our platform. The first one is user auth F1, user authentication factory smart contract 1, which is about users authenticating through our platform by obtaining an ERC 721 token, which is a non-fungible token. And each of those tokens are going to have a unique username. So to obtain this, to collaborate to this contract, to interact with our deployed contract, you want to choose a username and has to be available. And then you can obtain your token, which is going to represent you as an entity. The good thing about it, one of the features that you can have on-chain KYC tag on that token. And obviously the KYC process will be happening off-chain through third parties mostly, but the KYC tag will be on-chain, available for public. They can see that this person is legit and he has a KYC verification tag as well. Especially when you are deploying a contract, you must have the KYC process. The other two contracts are tender smart contract as well as an escrow smart contract. Basically, they cooperate with each other, mostly the tender. When you create a tender, you're basically creating an RFP, which is a request for proposal. And on the other hand, users can bid on that proposal. The bidders can be an entity, which is, as we mentioned, an NFT entity which have a KYC, or can be any user. Same thing with the creator of the RFP. And after awarding a proposal, that's where the escrow contract come in place. So we will talk a little bit now about escrow smart contract, knowing that escrow smart contract can be deployed independently or through an RFP. Basically, an escrow smart contract is where two people agree on having a service, but the service not happened yet, or delivering a product, or whatever agreement they have. We all know what's escrow is. Escrow is when the money is on hold with third party. In our scenario, the third party is the contract itself, and it's operate by itself. Nobody control like where this money is going. So what happened when you want to create an escrow? You want to have a description, a title of that escrow, as well as a receiver and the sender, of course, and an amount. And the amount has to be available at the creator wallet because it's going to be charged when the escrow contract is generated. And of course, the duration time. And that duration time will hold the escrow amount until that duration time finishes. Then the issuer can refund the escrow back. During the duration, it's very important to understand this term, and it's a protocol within all escrow smart contracts within Bitregalo platform. During the duration of the escrow, the issuer of the escrow can only release the escrow to the receiver, and the receiver can only cancel the escrow during the duration. So we have the amount on hold during a certain duration, which is set by the creator. On the RFP scenario, it's set by the bidder, which is the proposal giver, that I want to do your request of proposal for this amount of time and this amount of digital assets. And then if you agree, you award him, and then you create an escrow smart contract by awarding an RFP on the tender. I hope this is clear. I'm gonna clarify again that the escrow is basically when you want, as a service provider, you want to make sure that the person have enough funds during that period of time. So if you provide the service or product, he is able to pay you because he have enough funds, which is locked on the escrow. On the other hand, the escrow issuer, he wants to make sure that you meet the requirements and the terms you agreed on so he can release the funds to you. There are many features within the escrow, which is the key DC, the key delivery code, which is called to release if there are third parties receivers. I generally recommend that you read about it. We will be making more videos about it in the future, but in general, those are the main concepts of Bitregalo, a smart contract as a service solution to make it easy for new Web3 users, as well as developers and project managers. We want to obtain a tokenization solution for project management at any time, with being able to follow where each token is going within a specific project. There are going to be a lot of features. It's very comprehensive. Please stay tuned and feel free to ask any questions through our email or on the comments below. Thank you very much and see you later.